Mm, Get your mind right. Good morning, NBA basketball fans. Man, it's been a great playoff season so far. Last night, it was a Boston massacre, Brody. And then tonight, we got game two versus Bron and Curry them out west. We're going to talk about both of those right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's the word, NBA fans? Y'all already know it's NBA Central. If you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, all them buttons. You dig? Hey, you can always hit us up at NBA Central Show at gmail.com. I'm your boy, Big Bro. We got Steve O Speaks in the building. And man, we had another wonderful game last night. It wasn't too wonderful for
Wonderful.
70. Hey, we called for this, man. We called for Boston to go ahead and take care of business, regardless of who was on the floor last night. And it seemed like they was prepared to do so, man.
Yeah, man. They came in. Philly came in, was trying to turn it into the Boston Tea Party, and before the night was over, it turned into the Boston Massacre. And it just
It was
was
over
what it
with.
was. I made a video earlier yesterday and saying how important this game was for Boston. Boston couldn't Boston. Well, I just sounded like I was from Boston.
Yeah,
Boston,
Boston.
Boston, no, bro. Yeah, Boston came. They came in this game serious. I knew they had to come in playing their best game. They couldn't afford to go back to Philly 2-0, and they evened it up. Kind of weird kind of stats going around with this game. Tatum only played 19 minutes, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 for 7 from the field. So I'm guessing they was like, yeah, we beating them anyway. Go and sit down. I'm guessing. Jalen Brown always gonna show up. That's my dog. I already expect him to. Um, Devin White. That's his name, correct? Devin? No, Derek. Derek White showed up tremendously.
Derek White.
Yeah. 3 for 6 from the three, 5 for 9 from field, and also Marcus Smart played a good game like I predicted. He played a pretty smart game, 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 for 14. Struggled from the three, but did majority of what he did. And what I say, you play Grant
We needed
Williams,
some more Grant Williams.
and what
Yep.
happens? You win. And you win in convincing fashion. So, but what did you see on the Philly side?
Man, Philly wasn't looking good at all, bro. I mean, like, first of all, to finish up with the Boston Celtics, they hit 23s yesterday
Oh, dude.
and 15 out of 16 free throws. Everybody played except Blake Griffin. They definitely took care of business with this 121-87 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers. We don't care about the return of the MVP.
Mhm.
Everybody was a negative on the plus minus sixes. And then, of course, James Harden came crashing down to earth. My man was 2 for 14, Steve O, from the field. 2 for 14.
Yeah,
0 for 6 from the field. Well, 0 for 6
sound
from
like
three, which is
James Harden
12
to me.
points. Oh yeah, man. It's like he blew his wide. He definitely the game one situation was pretty much what he had to offer. At least how it looks based on how he did in game two. I think he'll have a decent bounce back game in game three, but it definitely won't be 45 points. And Joel looked right in his return. 4 for 9 from the
Mhm.
field, 0 for 2 from three, 7 for 8, and obviously 15 points, 5 blocks. So that's part of the reason why he won the MVP is his defensive prowess. And I believe if it were a closer game, then he would have put up, better numbers. But it was too out of reach, too early for them to even focus on getting him going. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you though. I'm
What's
starting to
that?
notice with Philly, like they might play the most depth out of all the teams in the playoffs right now. Like out of all the teams, I've never seen that many people on the bench play that much. Like you do you think he need to have a set like rotation on the bench, or he should keep doing what he's doing?
Man, we talking about Doc Rivers. And before we move forward, coming up next, we got the Lakers. Well, the Lakers shot the world again tonight when they take on the Golden State Warriors. Man,
Yeah.
it's
There's 9 players, bro. That's 9 players I seen on the bench that was in the game.
well, yesterday is a little different. We would have to look at the game one stats to see what his rotations look like because that was a win. But because last night they were getting blown out so much that it feels like, hold on, let me
You're
see.
right
Let me
because
get to this.
the first game, he only played 3 players off the bench. To be honest,
Exactly. So there you have it. It's like last night they was getting they bus whipped so profusely that he's just like, hey, put the starters on the bench. Y'all go out there, get some rotation, get
and
some
that's
minutes,
credit to him.
get some play, get some playoff experience. We might need you in game 5, 6, 7, whatever. Yeah, I don't think they have too much depth in that regard. I feel like Denver has probably the most depth in the playoffs to be 100. But I think Doc Rivers was just waving a white flag yesterday.
I don't even know if it was rated a red flag. It was more of just like somebody got to give me something. Like somebody give me something really. Like I, in a lot of flack we do give Doc Rivers. I do appreciate that because it's just like that's as a coach, that's what you're supposed to do. If nobody else, if your best players ain't gonna give you no spark, you gotta find somebody that's gonna give you a spark. And none of them unfortunately did, but he at least tried. So hey, shout out to
Yes,
Doc for at
sir.
least doing that.
All right, so there you have it, man. The Sixers got destroyed yesterday by the Celtics. That series is tied one apiece, and we'll get back into them in a couple of days. So now tonight, man, these guys, the Lakers took Golden State. Like it's crazy. I was looking at the
Perfect
numbers
pitcher.
from game one. Yeah, I was looking at the numbers from game one, and Golden State played a damn good game
Yes, they
offensively.
did.
Like it was it was ridiculous, bro. They had 30 assists and 20 plus made threes, and they didn't
Mm-hmm.
have that many turnovers, and they shot a high field goal percentage, but they couldn't stop a nosebleed. And that's not indicative of a Golden State championship team. They all defense was always something they can hang their hat on, at least in
Mm-hmm.
stretches. And it just didn't happen. At least in game one, it definitely didn't happen against the Lakers. And tonight, I don't know if the Lakers should be really worried about the process that the Golden State went through in terms of offensively. Like should the Lakers feel like they feel really good about that game one win, or should they be worried about how Golden State played in that loss?
Yeah, like I just think like you said, they played a pretty good game. I just think AD happened, and like when AD and Bron is on the same page, it's just hard to stop people like that. And if you really think about it, Golden State haven't really won. I mean, of course, Tatum and Jalen Brown is a good duo, but terms of like experience and along with talent, like he ain't seen a duo like this since probably Bron and Kyrie. So as the Warriors have it. So um
Right, right.
it's just going up against a duo that's not only probably two players that's top five when they're both healthy, both getting up in age, understanding the game, the experience is in both. You're basically two champions going at it. Both have been to the championship. Both has won. Both been in every situation. So it's been very since like I said since Bron and Kyrie have they went up against a duo such like that, and you gotta just dig deep and find a way. Somebody got to step up defensively. It might be what's his name? Just came back. Wiggins. It might be Wiggins. You might have to pull Moody or dude off the bench.
It- yeah, yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. So yeah, it's just I don't know. Tonight, Golden State just cannot afford to lose this game. That's why I'm choosing them to win this game. And I feel like they did enough to win the last game. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense. So shout out to them. Tonight they should be able to take care of the Lakers with or with. It don't matter what Anthony Davis. Well, I can't say it doesn't matter what, because if he give them another 30 and 20,
That's what I'm
it's gonna
saying.
be a problem.
Like I said, like that's a crazy night. Like if AD scoring 30 and 20, I'm pretty sure there's a good chance you're gonna win that game.
Mhm. Yeah, because it counteracts everything that Kevon Looney is doing on the boards, and then
Mm-hmm.
everything else that Kevon Looney and Draymond combined are doing offensively.
He still got
So
23 boards.
yes, ain't there something? So it's like at the end of the day, Golden State has to win this game, and it's not going to take 50 points from Steph. for it to occur. It's just going to take an all around game. Want to see Steve Kerr and that coaching staff coach these boys up and get them ready to tie it up tonight. Because if they go down 0-2, you know how LeBron is when he smells blood. He definitely, at this point in his career, he definitely take care of business when he smells blood.
Thanks. Yeah, I agree with you. Maybe, like you said, little coaching changes, a little key adjustments, and probably just Clay shooting a little bit more efficient will get you a win for sure.
And attacking the basket. Like they
And
did not
please tackle
attack the
basket.
basket at all. Like, bro, it's like they didn't even think about going to the basket, especially
Like
that Jordan Poole shot that he had. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. You got an
and Wiggins
opportunity to drive to the basket.
and Wiggins, I do not want to see you shooting five threes. After you if you ain't made you over 3, I don't want to see you hit another three till you done made about 5 layups.
He on,
Because
bro.
you a physical specimen, you can get to the lane at will. It's just certain people I see that I know can get to the lane at will. It just bothers me when they rely on the three. Yeah, you can hit it, but the efficiency of you getting to the lane is way higher than you shooting the three. So get hot making
That's
them
true. That's
layups and
true.
stuff, and then start shooting.
Okay, there you guys have it. Both picking the Golden State Warriors to even things up tonight in their series, their round two series versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Y'all already know how we do over here. This is NBA Central. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. And of course, go ahead and follow the rest of the Central family. We got Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, Chicago Sky Central, and we got the Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central. White Sox on a 3-game winning streak, baby. Is crazy. And then we also got the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Gang, C
Bro,
Dub and Bobby. And if y'all ain't checked out the new episode of Chopping It Up Chicago, go ahead and do so. That's
he
right there on
finally
YouTube
dropped
for y'all
one.
to check out. We're gonna get back into a regular routine, man. Me and BK be busy, you feel
Yeah, I
me?
feel
But
that.
hey, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys, and we're gonna rock with y'all tomorrow, just like we do every day. You dig? Peace.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.